Good morning. Just adjusting the camera a little bit there. Welcome to Joyful Joints for today. We are coming to you live from Prana Bar in Carmel, Indiana. I'm Lord, and I am bundled up today because we are in the Midwest and we are having cold weather in December, which is refreshing. I'm going to call it refreshing. It's also a little bit shocking to the system. In our new space, we're getting to know the temperatures and what it's going to feel like. I've got the beautiful sun streaming in through the windows today. The floor is a little bit chilly, so I'm going to leave my socks on. I'm leaving on my jacket for today because, you know what, it's not really important that you see what my body is doing underneath all of these layers. Same for you. It doesn't matter what is being seen, it's how you feel on the inside. So welcome to Joyful Joints. It is our third month. We're beginning our month number 3 of these YouTube live streams. If you are a subscriber, you are have access to say hello, to give us the thumbs up as we go through class, and I'm so happy to have you all here. Also, hello to those of you who are greeting us on these recordings and utilizing these. I'm very happy with the number of people are beginning to use the classes as their maintenance and as their weekly work and as their go-to to help that nervous system calm down as we make our way through life. All right, speaking of making our way through life, I said the cool is refreshing, and we are here in the month of holiday parties. Month 3, as we're recording this, happens to be December, and we go and we have refreshments, and the cool air can help us to feel refreshed. To feel refreshed, to know what to do, requires us to be able to see things clearly. So that's what we're going to be working on this month, is our visual system to an even greater degree. We introduced that in our first month, and this month we're going to go deeper into the visual system. So make yourselves comfortable, have a seat. We're going to begin with what are we going to check and recheck today? And I'd like for you to consider an irritant, something that is irritating to us, because as we go through the holiday month and we're called to be in these parties and in these social aspects, and it's the end of the year and we're checking to see how we've done, there can be some extra stress during this month. It can be good stress because it's exciting to see people and to relax, but it also can be a stress nonetheless that will cause us to notice our irritants more. Okay? It causes us to notice our irritants more when we are under greater stress. So what are some irritants for you? I currently have a physical irritant that is coming from my neck and into my shoulder. And it's been bothering me for a little while. You might hear some construction noises as well as we go through today. So I'm going to be paying attention to how is that irritant coming out. It would also be cool if you could please come up with an irritant that is not something physical. Not something physical. So maybe I'm going to be irritated by the sounds of the workers while I'm trying to give class. I'm going to give that a score. Maybe we're irritated by the actions of others. Maybe we're irritated by the thoughts that continually come in our head. What is the number one irritant for you? And I want you just to stop and pause, get in touch with it, be aware of that, and rate it on a scale from 0 to 10 of how irritating is this. Okay? So you got your number. And as we go through the class, that's all we're going to do is come back and tap into that irritant and see what it feels like. Has anything changed about that number? If we started at a number 8, and the next time I ask you to check if it's at a 6, then we know that our nervous system is calming down. So you'll notice that our check and recheck doesn't always have to be something in the physical body. It can also be something in our emotions, something in our mindset that can be shifted through this practice. So here we are. It's eye time. Go ahead and grab your focal pointer. Let's do the one that we already know, which is our pencil push-ups to get us started. So holding that out in front of you, we draw it in, we touch the nose, we squeeze right there. And then we slowly take it away. Fantastic, do it again. Draw that focal pointer in. Touch your nose, squeeze those eyes so that both are looking at that target as best as they possibly can. Excellent, switch hands. We are objectively observing what's going on as we do the exercise. What is the level of eye strain? What is the clarity of the focus on that point? One more time, boring it in. Squeeze and hold. And then slowly take it away. All right, very good. So relax, go back, recheck that irritant. Okay, so I did drop a couple of numbers already on my physical irritant. And we'll move from there. So you got a thumbs up. Excellent, excellent. And let's go to a variation on this exercise. So what I'd like for us to do is hold the focal pointer out. Let's bring it in, maybe 4 inches from your nose. So we're focusing here at a point that is close. Now, keep the focal pointer here, but shift your focus to a point on the wall in front of you. I'm going to shift my focus out onto the screen that's in front of me. Now, ready? Bring it back to the focal point. So I'm focusing near, and then I'm focusing far, a point on the wall. So if you have a picture on the wall and you can focus on like just a portion of that picture, bring it into focus. Now back to the focal pointer, the thing that is close to you. So this is near and then far. Let's do that a couple more times. So you're just adjusting focus near, focus far. How long does it take for your focus to adjust? Focus near, focus far. One more time, focusing near and focusing far. And then relax. So that is a way to have our eyes be able to smoothly go from near vision to far vision, okay? And you can reassess your irritant. How is it now? I went down another number. I'm excited. It's not all the way gone, but it definitely feels better to me. So yay on that one. All right, next exercise. Let's go ahead and do a quick little toe tap. Tap your right foot. So we're going to give our nervous system a chance to adapt with all of the eye drills and other eye exercises we're going to do today. If doing eye exercises is new to you, I suggest maybe go slower. Maybe hit pause when you come back to watch this recording, or if you're watching it now. Now swirl this foot, do some circles, because it can be overwhelming at first. When we start to get our visual system back on track, especially if it's become rigid or it's gotten really gunked up over time. There you go, reverse the circles of your foot. So we'll just do these thematic toe taps. We learned these in our month 1 classes. Yes, and we're just gonna let it happen. My heels staying clearly on the floor while my foot goes round and round. Switch feet, please, left foot taps. Relax into your breathing. Fantastic. Are you pretty excited about what you've accomplished for this year? I love December because it gives us the chance just to stop and go, wow, we did another year. Let's swirl that foot around. And boy, we can go back and do this cool accounting of all the things we did, all the pluses and minuses of the year, the things that we did well, that we accomplished, that we made happen, and that we got to enjoy so much. And then we can also put the accounting in the negatives column, right? The things that didn't go so well or caught us by surprise and threw us off. And we can objectively observe the things in those columns, right? We can say, wow, these positive things, I'm proud of myself. Here's what I did to help make that happen and contribute to the success. And then on the negative side, we go, wow, okay, we can look and see what went wrong and what could I have done better, if anything. And gosh, moving forward, here's how I would address that. So December is a fun month. I find it so much fun to go through that process. Okay, what's next? Next exercise. All right, this time we're going to do a little take on looking near and far, but we're also going to turn our eyes. So let's take our focal pointer, hold it fairly close to your face, and turn your eyes to focus on that point. So it's near and our eyes are turned to the side. Yes? Okay, let's just hold that for a moment. Now we're going to focus far and to the other diagonal. So my eyes are going to turn the other direction and focus on something out there on the wall. I've got a nice eucalyptus plant in the corner. I'm going to focus on one of the leaves. Okay, let's go back and forth between those two. Turn, look at the close pointer, hold it, relax your body. Turn, look far away the other side. Wonderful. Turn, look close. Turn, look far. Now, the head is holding still, kids. The head is holding still right now. Eyes look at the focal pointer. Eyes look far away. And let's do one more. Ooh, it just came into better focus that time. Eyes look near. And eyes look far in the other direction. Excellent. And relax. Beautiful. Check in with your irritant. And that might mean you have to get quiet because you're thinking about the irritation of a person or a situation, the way someone is behaving. There we go. You can't change the behavior, but we can change how much we are affected by that behavior. And that doesn't mean accepting of the behavior. It means we clearly have a boundary. We can see and understand and recognize that the behavior is happening, but that it's not directed toward us or our responsibility to change. Make sense? Okay. That's a whole nother lecture, but let's keep going here. So we've changed the hands and the focal pointers on the other side, close in. We turn our eyes to look and hold that. Hold. And then in the opposite direction, looking far. So I'm going to have to look out the window to see something far away. Okay, and near. Hold it. Turn your eyes and far. Cool. Near. And far. I might start singing the song from Sesame Street that was one of my favorites. Near. It was sung by Grover. You guys remember Grover from Sesame Street? And far. And it was a song that went around, 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 over, under, through. And then there was a portion where he was running near and far to teach us those. Okay, funny things come to mind. How's the irritant now? Wow. My irritant is much better, which is allowed in a joyful memory of singing of Sesame Street with Grover. Does that happen to you as well? I would love to know if any of you notice as our nervous system starts to calm, if different, more joyful, more pleasant, more fun, and more creative thoughts come to you. We're clearing out space. We're taking that grip that our nervous system has on our brain, and as it relaxes, we might be able to come into a more creative space. Yeah, something that feels a little better in the body. Okay, so let's do alternating heel lifts as our relaxation for a moment, as our integration. So keeping the ball of the foot down, but I'm not picking up my knee with using my leg muscles. I'm making my knee rise by pushing down on the floor. By pushing down on the floor. Bonus points for anybody who knows what law of physics are we utilizing. When we push down on the floor, that's an action. And for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. It's Newton's third law of motion. So the reaction is that my knee gets pushed up because they're connected. But in order, yes, good. Okay. Next. Here we go. Woo, that felt really nice. Maybe tap your feet on the floor. We're going to do holding our focal pointers still, but moving our head. And in fact, let's just go ahead and put our focal pointers away. Let's work on something that's a little bit further out. So let's go back to what's on the wall in front of you. And let's focus on that point. While you're focused on that point, I'd like for you to turn your head in one direction. Turn your head while you stay focused with your eyes on that point in front of you. And then return to center. Try the other side. Turn your head while your eyes stay focused on that point in front of you. Now, this is a new one for us. We are adding in motion of the head while the eyes stay fixed, which is actually the eyes moving in the head, right? Yeah. Our eyes are effectively moving from side to side, but we're making that happen with a movement of our head. So in the land of nervous system, and again, reminding you, I am not an expert. I am not teaching at a very high level. These are just basic concepts I'm sharing with you. But we are involving now our ocular system, our vestibular system, excuse me. Ocular is our eyes, vestibular is our inner ear, and that kind of helps us orient ourselves in space as related to gravity. As we continue, you can start to make your head move faster as your eyes learn how to stay focused and fixed on that point. And maybe we start moving a little faster, and we are now involving both our visual and our vestibular systems. Both of those are key players in our balance. So the stronger we get doing an exercise like this, the more natural our balance becomes. Okay, relax. Shake that all out. Woo! Yes. Now I know I have watched a lot of people try to do that exercise, and at first it can be very confusing because we get very rigid in what we see. And I want to come back to having really good vision in order to take right actions. When we really can see things clearly and objectively and exactly for what they are, then we can draw better conclusions and we can take better actions in order to drive our lives around, okay? So one of the things that happens is we can get very rigid in what we're seeing, okay? And we don't want to see outside of that point of view. So our eyes can get physically very fixed in one position. If you wear glasses, let's just make it easier. If you wear glasses, your eyes often don't ever stretch outside of that frame of your glasses. So I suggest get them off and stretch your eyes at least 3 times a day if you are a glasses wearer, okay? So that was one exercise to focus and turn our head from side to side. Let's do the same thing with our head moving up and down, okay? So focus on the point. Good. Welcome, you guys. And tip your head backward while you stay focused on that point. Don't lose it. Good. And then tip your head forward while you stay focused on that point. Awesome. Start out very slow so that you're certain your eyes can stay fixed on the point while your head does the moving. Good. So now if you think about it, we are moving our eyes up and down in their sockets, right? But we're making that happen by moving our head. Very good. Very good. As you notice that you're being successful, and you're not making yourself too dizzy, because that can happen, we can move our head a little faster. Excellent. Little faster. Yes. Excellent. Moving that head forward and backward. Excellent. Okay. And then relax and release. All right. So vestibulo-ocular drills, that's just the very basics. But how do you feel now? Let's reassess. So I have the opportunity to reassess the sounds from the construction and how much of an irritant that is. And it has gone down a little bit. That's cool. Yay. Awesome. Hello. I'll give a shout out to Kathy. It's so good to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's see, what about that physical irritant? Oh my gosh, my physical irritant is like way down now. That is exciting. So if I were in class, like we are, I would go to my piece of paper that's close by and I would write down, whoa, this particular class gave me a big wow. This particular exercise of keeping my eyes in place and moving my head around really helped for my nervous system to calm down. So that's a double thumbs up. How are your assessments going? So again, all you subscribers, you can always give us, how's it going, with a thumbs up or a little heart or however that works out there, okay? I know sometimes that's hard to do in the middle of the class because we're busy exercising, right? All right, next. Let's do rolling our feet over to the outside. Okay, so it's an ankle tilt, but we're going to do it from a seated position. So just roll onto the outsides of your feet and then put them back flat. Roll onto the outer blade of your foot and then bring them back flat. And out. And flat. Good. Now, as the feet move, can we keep the knees still? So I've got my hands on my lap. That way I know if my knees are moving apart, that's called cheating. Just the feet, please. Now, what's the engine for that? It's the ankles. If you want to touch and find the ankle bones, that's where the engine should be to roll your foot. Now, if we're not so strong there, we might be slipping and making the middle of our foot the engine or even the toes. Don't want that. See if you can drop back and have your heel or your ankle be the engine. Very good. And then we can take our feet wider and then do inward rolls of the feet. So you'll notice right away, my knees want to go with me, but we'll keep trying. We'll keep working. My toes really want to be the pullers. It's kind of tricky for my ankles to want to roll inward, but that's what we're working on. Good job. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. And release. Dance that out. Okay, so we're going to do one more type of eye drill, and this is working on our peripheral vision. So far, the exercises we did today, we're focusing directly on something. Now we're going to have our direct focus be in one place, and we're going to see how much we can see in our peripheral vision, okay, our non-direct vision. So focal point is in front of us again. Take your hands and twinkle your fingers. Twinkle your fingers. So they're a little bit below where my focal point is. I can see my fingers twinkling without having to put my eyes directly on them. Everybody aware of that? That's peripheral vision. Now what we're going to do is open our hands to the sides. I am staying focused directly in front of me, but I can see my fingers twinkling without looking at them directly. That's how that works. This is my peripheral vision, and I want to know how big it is. At what point do my fingers, now I no longer can actually see my fingers twinkling, they disappeared right about here. And then I'm going to look and see what kind of an angle is that? How far open is my peripheral vision? Can you do that and measure it? Yeah. At first, when you start, it's possible that you get stuck right about here. That might be the end of your peripheral vision, which means that from this point onward, things are invisible to you, okay? That means that a person or a thing could get this close to you before you realize they're coming. What if somebody could get that close to me? I didn't know they were coming. I might be, what? Startled. So to have a nice wide open peripheral vision is really great, not only to anticipate what's coming, but also to mitigate the panic and the surprise. Okay, so let's go again. Focus in front of you. Twinkle your fingers slightly below for this time. Begin opening. I see my fingers, but I'm not looking at them directly. By the way, this is also being aware of something direct and something indirect at the same time. We'll talk about that one later. Okay, I'm at the edge. Now they're gone. And I stop and I check and see. I'm pretty excited about my peripheral vision today. So yay, it's pretty wide open. It feels really good. And oh, by the way, this is the exercise also. It's not only how big is my peripheral vision, it's also the exercise. Shall we do one more? Okay, ready, looking, twinkling. What if we raise our hands slightly above where our direct vision is? So I'm twinkling my fingers above my direct vision. I can see my fingers twinkling and they're opening. And they're opening. And they're opening. Okay, they're starting to disappear. And there. Awesome. So it's not quite as wide open when we're up high as when we were down lower. Just an observation, an objective observation of how is my peripheral vision. So let's pause and let's do check your irritants. Yeah, it's better right now. Not gone. I'm still at like a 2 or a 3. So if that gives you any hints, it's a pretty high number for me right now on this particular irritant. And let me think about, well, guess what? We chased away the construction noise, so that irritant is down to a 0. I mean, maybe we could do eye drills and completely have things leave. I don't know if that's possible. How are you guys doing? All good? Beautiful. So let's go ahead and stand and finish our class today with just a little bit of, again, footwork from the bottom. Your chair is here to use. I like to turn mine sideways. Let's do some ankle tilts from a standing position, 1 foot forward, and let your foot tip over and put it back flat. Let it tip over, put it back flat. I'm not sure we actually directly did this exercise. We'll have to go back and check. But it's just simply finding our feet. Excellent. Change. Let this foot go, tip over, put it back. Good. Tip over, put it back. This feels really good. I feel like I'm getting more of a stretch through my ankle today and in this moment than I have for a while. So that's exciting. Good. And then we go ahead and have the chair in front of you with your feet standing wide and just sit from one side to the other. To sit means I'm bending my knee and letting my tushy kind of fall toward the heel. You want to have your weight in your heels. Don't worry about that so much right now. We're just kind of moving from side to side. Very good. Let's stay on one side and let your foot roll in and put it flat. Roll in and put it flat. Roll in, put it flat. One more, roll in and other side. Here we go. The foot is flat. Roll it in, put it flat. Roll it in, put it flat. Roll it in, put it flat. Last one in and flat. And let's stand. Let's shake everything out. You should now feel really good to go to your Zumba class or to your hot yoga workout or Pilates, whatever it is you're going to do for the more physical strengthening of your body. Would love for you guys to include Joyful Joints as your warm-up. That's what I tell all of my elite athletes to do. And you just get more out of everything that you plan on doing from that point. It was amazing to see you. I hope you feel as refreshed as I do. I look forward to perhaps one day we'll have just a little live chat here and connect with each other. So wonderful to see you guys. Enjoy your December. Take care.